They dedicated themselves to lifelong learning. Did you hear what I said? I said they dedicated themselves to lifelong learning. You don't go to school one period of your life. No, you're in school every day of your life. Life is lesson. So you confront life as if you're about to have a major exam. And it doesn't take much to succeed. You want to succeed? Well, damn it, all you got to do is show up. That's all you got to do is show up. If you show up, you beat 80% of the competition. If you show up on time, you beat 85% of the competition. You doubt me? You doubt me? My God, when I interviewed Andy Young, Mr. Ambassador to the United Nations, Andy Young, former mayor of Atlanta, Andy Young, right-hand man of Martin Luther King. And when I asked him this question, I just knew, Omaha, I just knew he was going to say Dr. King. I just knew it. And then I am across the desk from him, and I said, Mr. Ambassador, who had the greatest effect on your life? Before I could get the question out. He said, Benjamin Mays. I said, Dr. Mays at Morehouse College? He said, yeah. I said, of all the people that you met, why Dr. I'm not knocking, why Dr. Mays? He said, because you can always tell when a student was taking a class from Benjamin Mays at Morehouse. I said, translate, Mr. Ambassador. He said, you could see him running across the quad. You see, Benjamin Mays only had 2 rules in his classroom when he taught at Morehouse. Former president at Morehouse. He only had 2 rules. Rule number 1, he would always correct your English. The juniors and seniors were getting, man, that's whack, man. Why is this guy correcting my English? Dr. Mays would reply, would you rather have me correct your English or a prospective employer correct your English? And rule number 2, Benjamin Mays said, I'll always be the last one in class. Now, I'll always be the last. See, he didn't care on the syllabus, in the catalog, on the roll book, class was due to start at 1 o'clock. If Benjamin Mays got in that classroom at 12:45, that door was closed. On time is late, and early is on time. And late, well, late, damn it, is fired. And he made every student, under his charge, under his command, memorize that old poem. I've only just a minute, 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it, didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But I know that I must use it, I will suffer if I lose it, pay account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but baby, my life is in it. You show up on time with a plan, you'll beat 90% of the competition. You show up on time with a plan and a commitment to carry it out, you'll beat 95% of the competition. But baby, if you show up on time with a plan, a commitment to carry it out, and then execute it, and you need both today. You hear what I said? I said execute it. Big difference between creativity and innovation. Huge difference. That's not me, that's Fast Company. Huge. Go read Inc. magazine. Anybody reading in here? Creativity and innovation, you gotta have both. Dr. K, what the hell are you talking about? Creativity, the ability to summon an idea. I took a shower this morning before I came over here, 50 million ideas. Where's my driver? Girlfriend, what happened in your car yesterday? Got an idea. Remember I said, told you. Yeah. I said, man, she was in a conversation with my wife. Wait a minute, time out. Put 3 dots after that. Hey, where's Pat? Where's my, okay. All right, y'all go ahead and talk. Continue. Get 50 million ideas. That's creativity. But innovation, the ability to execute the idea. And not everybody can do that. Creativity, the ability to spot trends. Right? The ability, all right, what is the trend now? Oh, they're wearing the baggy pants and blah, 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 and this, that, and everything. They got the tats and all that. That's a trend, man. I can spot that. See, anybody can spot a trend. Creativity. What is innovation? The ability to anticipate a trend. See, anybody can see down the street, but if you're going to make a killing today, you got to be able to see around the corner. Nobody could see around the corner like Martin Luther King. No one could see around the corner that, I mean, forget what in terms of his leadership, and that had to be, obviously, one of the baddest brothers. Listen, if Michelle Obama's the baddest sister on this planet, he had to be one of the baddest brothers on the planet. we're going to go off the menu right now. December 1st, 1955. When Rosa Parks sat down so everybody could stand up. That bus boycott in Montgomery was only scheduled for one day. She was arrested on a Thursday. The word got out in the community of Montgomery that Friday that coming Monday, no one's going to be on the bus. Martin Luther King was 27 years at the time. 27 years old when he organized that. We got some folks in here older than 27. What were you doing at 27? What were you doing at 27? How old was Booker T. Washington when he found the Tuskegee? Went door to door in the South, comes from Hampton, goes door to door in the South to raise $6 million to build Tuskegee. How old was he? He was 24. What were you doing at 24? John Newton, the slave owner. The slave owner, John Newton. Gets a slave cargo from West Africa, gets halfway across the Atlantic. Huge storm, huge storm. After that storm, peace, be still. After that storm quelled, he told his crew, man, there's something wrong about this picture, taking this human cargo, bringing them up on the decks of the slave ship one day out of 30, throwing salt water on them, throwing scraps, throwing them back into the bowels of that ship. Something wrong with, this is a human being. Captain, return this ship back to its port and release this cargo. Then he fell on his knees in front of his crew. Amazing grace, how great the sound. I was blind, but now I see. How old was John Newton when he wrote that? He was 24. Martin Luther King was 27 years old when he organized that bus boycott. At the height of his leadership. The man only owned 6 suits. Did you know that? 4 were black, 2 were gray. Dr. King, 5'7", 177 pounds. His day started the exact same way every day. Success is a statistical event. Every day of his life got up between 6:15 to 6:30. Had the same breakfast. Cup of black coffee and orange juice. What did he do for the next 45 minutes of his life after he had his orange juice? He would go meditate. Ben Carson told me, what thou seest, that thou beest. You get the mind right. You get the mind right. First thing Dr. King did when he organized that bus boycott, you didn't even have a black newspaper in Montgomery. Montgomery, Alabama had a population of 130,000 people. Did you know that? 80,000 whites, 50,000 blacks. The average African American in Montgomery in 1955 earned between $15 and $20 a week. That boycott was supposed to be for one day that Monday. Monday comes along, 99% effective. Remember I said creativity, innovation. Got to be able to execute. King said, no, we're going to extend this. Some things around here are just not right. It's called leverage. The average African American in Montgomery didn't even have a phone. No way to get the communication, get the word out. What's the first thing King does? He buys a mimeograph machine. He gets the word out about the boycott. He begins to raise money all across the world. Did you know he had money coming in from New York to Tokyo, Japan? In a 60-day period, the man raised close to what, $300,000. Back in 1950, you know what $300,000 looked like in 1955? First thing he does, he buys 20 station wagons. At the height of his success, King only had 2 cars. He had a Ford station wagon and an American Motors Rambler. Remember the Rambler?